Welcome back to another Sunday prep day. As every Sunday, I prep for the week, and today I'm gonna chop my veggies and I'm gonna make a vegetable soup, and I'm going to make some chili con carne. So, first up, I'm gonna cut up some onions, and while I do that, I'll go over the menu. So, for lunch on Sunday, as always, I'm gonna have some sandwiches. And then for dinner, I'm gonna have my chili con carne with some rice. Then tomorrow, Monday, Meatless Monday, for lunch I'm gonna have a vegetable soup. And then for dinner, what am I gonna do for dinner? Oh, some vegan tacos. As you know, vegan tacos are kind of like my favorite vegan thing lately. So, gonna make those again. And then on Tuesday for lunch, I'm gonna have a pork chop with some, probably some green beans. I have a couple of different vegetable options, just like last week. So that's not set in stone, I can still switch things around, but for now, I'm planning green beans with pork chop. And then for dinner, I'm gonna do some quesadillas with some chicken and plenty of vegetables. So, then on Wednesday, I'm gonna do some keto chicken nuggets, so with almond flour and some spices, and I'm just gonna make those in the air fryer, my Ninja Foodie, and I'm gonna serve that with some kind of vegetable. Could be green beans, could be broccoli, could be sugar snaps. We'll just figure that out on Wednesday, because that's the nice thing about prepping ingredients and not whole meals. I can still change things around if I want to. Still quite flexible. So we're on Wednesday. For dinner, I'm gonna do a bibimbap with some green beans and gochujang and some chicken and some rice, fried egg, pickles, all that good stuff. I'm just gonna cut up this red onion for salsa and a stir fry. So yeah, that was Wednesday. Thursday, again a pork chop and with sugar snaps or broccoli or green beans, depending on what I have left over. For dinner, I'm gonna do a stir fry with some chicken. Probably gonna do fried rice because I'm having rice with my bibimbap, so might as well make some extra and just use that for fried rice. But I also could do noodles or whatever I fancy. And then we're on Friday for lunch. I'm gonna do some salmon, probably broccoli, but again, could be any of those vegetables. And then for dinner, I have some, I think I only have rainbow trout left, but I have a whole fish that I'm just gonna throw in the oven. And I'll have that with some potatoes and one of my vegetables, whatever I have left. So the red onion is for the stir fry and for the quesadillas. The white onion is for my chili, for my soup. And yeah, might throw it in with some other things as well. So that's that. For my soup and my stir fry, I have a few spring onions left over, so why not use them? I don't have any leeks, so I might throw some of this in my soup, and I'll do that with the stir fry. So I'm just gonna cut that nice and fine. we'll move on to the garlic. So a couple of these cloves I'm just going to leave whole because I'm going to throw them in the soup and they'll cook for a long time. So they'll fall apart. That should be plenty. And these I'll just cut up for my quesadillas, for my stir fry, for my, actually, for my chili. That's going to cook for a long time as well, so I don't need those cut down either. So I'll just do those whole. And I'll just cut these last two cloves real quick. And that is garlic done. Next, let's do some chilies. For my chili, for the stir fry, for the quesadillas. I'll probably throw some in the soup as well for a little bit of spice. So I'm just gonna leave the seeds in and just cut them up into some slices. And I just grabbed a whole bunch. I have like 5, 6. They'll get all used up. And that is chilies done. Then we'll do some peppers. So I have a couple. So for tacos, for chili, for the stir fry. So I'll do 2. I grabbed 3 from the fridge, but I think I'll just do 2. So I'm just gonna cut these into little cubes. And now I remember why I grabbed 3, because I changed my menu while I was out shopping yesterday, because I was gonna plan a salad, and I usually have some pepper on top of my salad, but I changed that to a soup. So, and I might put a few of these cubes of pepper in, but I don't need that much. So I'm just gonna do this red one just in cubes, and I'll do should I do yellow or green? I'll do a green one. I don't use green that often. So I'll just do the exact same thing. I'll just cut in half, clean it, and cut it into cubes. And then I have some tomatoes. Those are going to go in my chili, and I'm just going to quarter them just so it's easier for them to break down as they cook. So I just have a whole bunch of those that I'll just quickly go through. Alright, that's tomatoes done. Then for the soup, I'm going to do some celery. And I'll just use these last little bits of celery that I had. They need to be used up. So since I'm just going to leave everything in, I'm going to cut it nice and fine. I'm not going to blitz this up or anything, so nice and smooth. And then for the soup, I also need some carrot. I'll just cut them into little slices again, nice and fine, because I'm not going to strain it out like I sometimes do when I make stock, or puree it like I do with some soups. So nice and fine. And then for my vegan tacos, I need to grate some carrots. So just take the tip off, get my microplane, and I'm just going to grate all 3 of these. And these are kind of forming like the meat, the bulk, the bite of the vegan tacos. Alright, carrots done. Next up, let's do some broccoli. So I'm just going to take these florets off. Again, saving the stems for broccoli, rice, and things like that. And these bigger florets I'll just cut down a bit so they're nice and bite-sized pieces. So that's broccoli. Then I have some cilantro. That's gonna go in my lime cilantro rice. I'm just cutting the stems off. I'm not gonna save those for curry probably next week. And then I'll just cut this nice and fine. So lime cilantro rice, I'll put some in my chili probably mostly for decoration, and maybe some in my quesadillas as well. So rough chop first, and I'm just gonna cut them nice and fine. Just keep running my knife through. And then lastly for cutting, I have some green beans for the bibimbap and for 1 or 2 meals. So I'm just going to top and tail. Alright, that's all my chopping done. And for anyone curious how long this takes, 20 minutes I've been recording now. So 20 minutes to cut everything that I need for the week. I'm going to preheat my Ninja Foodies, put some things away, and then we'll start on the soup and the chili. Both my Ninja Foodies have finished preheating on saute high, so I'm going to add a little bit of oil to both. And in the one I'm going to make my chili in, I have some stewing beef, and I'm going to throw that in. And I'll add a bit of salt. And I'll just let that get a little bit of color. Meanwhile, in the other Ninja Foodie, I also have some oil. That's why I gotta make my soup. So I'm gonna throw in some onions, celery and carrot, some whole cloves of garlic, a couple of chilies just because I can, and a little bit of peppers, also just because I can. Add a bit of salt to that as well, and a little bit of pepper. And I'm just gonna let everything saute. And now that the meat has got some color on it, I'm gonna add onions, some garlic, some peppers, and a bunch of chili. And I'm just gonna let those vegetables soften a bit. And speaking of vegetable softening, all my vegetables for my soup are now soft, so I'm gonna add some water, and I'm gonna take my pressure cook lid. You know, I love pressure cooking, especially when I'm filming, because it's just a lot quicker. And I'm going to make sure the valve is closed. Yes, pressure cook for, I'll just do 30 minutes. That should be enough for vegetables. So that's gonna do its thing. And now that the vegetables of the chili have softened, I'm going to add my tomatoes. And let those cook through for a bit as well. Time to add some seasoning to the chili. So I'm going to add some cumin. It's not going to be Tex-Mex without cumin, is it? Some paprika. And for a nice smoky flavor, I'm going to add some chipotle powder. Mix that in, give everything some time to bloom, all these spices. And I'll add a bit of water to this as well. Make sure all the meat is submerged. And again, I'll just get my pressure cook lid. Make sure the valve is closed. Turn it to pressure cook. 40 minutes. And the beef should be falling apart by then. So nothing left to do now except to wait until that's done. So that's the soup done. I can just warm that up tomorrow for lunch. And my chili is done. I can just heat that up tonight to go with some rice for dinner. So yeah, everything is all set. I can now have lunch or dinner on the table in minutes. That's what I like about prepping. So all in all, 20 minutes of chopping and just a couple of minutes to throw things in my Ninja Foodie. So most of it's just waiting, not really cooking, not hands-on time. So like 30 minutes total to prep all of this. But I still have the flexibility to change things around if I want to. So yeah, if you like this kind of content, I do these videos every single Sunday, and on Saturday I do grocery hauls, and I also post about once a month videos of everything I eat in a day, so you can see what I make with all the ingredients that I prepped earlier today. And I do grocery shopping by bicycle here in the Netherlands. So if that sounds good to you, maybe subscribe, and yeah, leave a like, leave a comment, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.